Welcome everybody to AT in 30. This is part 2 of our series on Smart Pen use and getting connected. So with us today, besides our Kick Cadre friends, is Greg Sumner from Minnesota. Take it away, Greg.
All right, well, it's snowing up here, so hopefully you guys are warmer down there. We're just doing the part 2 here of the Livescribe Smart Pen, the Echo Smart Pen. Basically, we'll touch on the Sky a little bit, but you know, basically today I'm going to spend about 20 minutes on the Echo Smart Pen and how to digitize it, how to get it onto the internet, and how to make it accessible that direction. Last time was more on the, you know, the paper and pen part. And then the last, like, 5 minutes, we'll talk about the new Sky Pen. The Sky Pen it's totally changed everything. It's a whole different interface as far as the digital content goes. So it's really been hard getting my head around it, but it's like a whole new shift. And so I'm just going to focus on the Echo. And I don't know if, you know, I think it's such a big shift. So anyways, we'll talk about that. That's kind of a talking point later. So does that make sense, Mary, what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that does. Because I have questions about it, because this is the first I've heard of it. Is it another model of Smart Pen?
Yep.
Okay.
It's a Wi-Fi Smart Pen.
Okay.
And it has, so it's kind of tricky because there's, you know, we talked about, we want to show you how to hook up to the internet, how to hook up to your website, how to email. And the Echo does that in a way that I've used it, and it works pretty good. But the Sky Smart Pen, it's just like a whole new setup. It's like Evernote. It's all Evernote. It's like no Livescribe Desktop software anymore. It's gone.
Ooh.
And so it's a really big shift. So for somebody that's used to the Livescribe Desktop software, it's going to be kind of painful. But for people who haven't gotten used to it, it might be it actually is 10 times easier. You never have to you never have to plug it into your computer after you initially set it up. Okay. So that part's pretty exciting. It's just some of the features I'm not as, anyways. So
that can maybe be part 3 down the road when you get it figured out.
Right. We'll give kind of a teaser today just to get people a little feel. So, all right, without ado here, I'm going to turn off my screen to save my bandwidth, and I'm going to share my screen. So I'm hitting share screen here. And, all right, can you see my screen?
Looks good.
Okay, I turned off my video. Okay, so I'm going to my notes here. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to run through here. I want to show you basically sending email pencasts to other people. So there's basically 2 ways on these things to do it. One is from the Connect app, and one is from the desktop software. The easiest way is right from your paper. What this will do is make so that a student could actually take and you know, verbalize their answers on a piece of paper. Write a line on the bottom of the paper. Here, let me get the video back on. So I'll just kind of get you set up so you can see this.
Livescribe Connect makes it easy to send and share notes and audio with people and destinations of your choice, all from your paper. To send notes and audio, simply draw a line there and back. Write where you want to send your notes and audio. Tap on the page or pages you want to send and select an email address. The next time you dock the Smart Pen to your computer, notes and audio are automatically sent to the destination you chose. Your notes and audio are viewable as an interactive pencast PDF, accessible by anyone with the latest Adobe Reader.
It'll probably attach at both sides of the
you can send and share notes and audio where you want,
keep content secure.
All with a simple tap on your paper.
Front pocket for cell phone or other. Maybe the interior should be padded.
It's also easy to send pencasts to these destinations from your computer. Simply drag and drop your notes to the destination you want.
Okay, so you can send all these different locations here. You can see, you can automatically email somebody, and that's the part I like the most, is that I can have it sent to a teacher straight from a student's notebook. All they have to do is take the pen to a computer, plug it in, and as long as it has the desktop software on it, they plug it into the computer, and boom, it goes right to the teacher. The teacher gets an email, they click on its attachment, it's a PDF document, they click it, they see what the student wrote, and they can click on the link to hear the audio. And that's kind of the most powerful part I see. So ask me a question on that one. Does that make sense what I just said?
I think I may have missed a step here. How do I actually get it to email to somebody? I mean, I understand I have to save the pen. Is there a button that I have to click? Because on the dot paper, there isn't an email function, more or less, that I'm aware of.
Right. Okay, I'm going to bump along here. This gives us a video here. So basically what we can do is, so there's two different ways. There's the Connect app that comes with the 4 GB pen, or there is the, you can do it on the desktop. And so the Connect app, I'm going to show you here. All you have to do is see how you see the pen on the paper there? He's going to draw a line back and forth. So you just go right and then back to the left. And then you write something on there, you know, what you set up. So the phone goes right to email, but what I've done is I've done like GS, and then it tells you like the tap page. It gives you prompts on what to do, and then you follow the prompts, and then next time you plug it into your computer, whatever you selected is shot to somebody else. That's the Connect app. So it's hard to kind of put it into perspective. I'll show you here. It'll come together a little more.
So Greg, the purpose of that right-left line is like a command to the pen?
Yep.
And when you do that, that brings up this picture we're seeing now that gives the option of sending an email?
Yep, it'll actually tell you, it'll like my GS would show up as GS, and then it would happen. I would say, yes, that's right.
On the page or pages you want to send and select.
So just tap on the pages you want to select, and then you tap it says one page selected, and then it says double tap when done.
Email address.
So there's David. That's to David.
Smart pen to your computer.
So the pen gives the instructions of what you're doing, but you initiate that whole process by this left-right line.
Right. That's the Connect app. That's how you initiate it. Like it attaches an email or command, whatever you chose, and it goes to wherever. You know what I'm saying? So like if you did GS and tapped it once and then tapped it twice, the paper twice, it would actually, next time you plug it in, like you see the picture here, it shoots that PDF off to whoever you wanted it to go to.
How does it know what email address to go to?
You set those up initially. Let me show you here. All right, this is good. This is all about what we're doing here. Okay, so can you see my scribbly handwriting there?
Yep.
Okay, so right here, this is the desktop software. As most people seen the desktop software, that's what this is here. You look around, you can see I have different notes. These are my notebooks here. You know, I'm in here. And so what I do here is I have email. And so I click on email, and then I have shortcuts. And if I do a line, left or right, I write these things on top. These are commands that it's going to do. Like the ones I set up, these are all kind of set up already. But what I did is this is my GW, Greg Work. So if I do a line left, right, or right, left, I mean, and then put GW on it, it'll go to this email address that I set up. And it'll go as a pencast PDF. Or you can have it just a PDF. You can have just the pencast. You know, it gives you these options. I don't know what those others are. But pencast PDFs, a pencast PDF means that it has audio and visual. A PDF means it's just image. It doesn't have it just is a visual. It's not the audio. The pencast is the one that has all the essence of a pencast recording or the smart pen.
So you're actually, Greg?
Yeah, go for it, Matt.
Oh, I'm just to make sure I understand you correctly. So you're actually doing the left to right line and then running the letters GW?
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so I'll show you here. Okay, so let's say I make an audio. So I turn on my pen. And sorry, it's not the most sophisticated studios here. Can you see my pen okay?
What does it say? Anything?
Can you hear me all right?
We can hear you.
I'm just seeing if you can see the pen and paper. It doesn't say anything.
I can see 'em.
Nope. So I'm going to do a little demo here. I'm going to hit record. I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm here talking to people from Kansas. What a great day. So here's my pencast right here. This is my pencast. So I'm going to take that. Now I want this pencast to go to my email. So all I do is draw a line like this, and now it says command. And then I'm going to write G, and it starts searching for things that it thinks it is, and I write W. And now it says GW, and that's what I want. It says tap each page. Now I go tap, and it says one page selected. I go tap, tap. Now it says dock your smart pen. So now I take my pen and I dock it, meaning I plug it in right here. And you can see that. And now my Livescribe software is turned on. So I'm going to switch back to screen sharing. And my pen shows that it's transferring something over. And so the Connect app is running. And can you see at the bottom of the screen my software?
Yep.
My application, or whatever it's called nowadays, software. And so it comes with 4 gigabyte pen, or you can buy it for like 15 bucks. But so there's my Livescribe Desktop and Livescribe Connect. So that's like 2 pieces of software that are running.
So when you plug that in, it automatically sent that email.
Yep, it's sending it now. And I don't know if, you know, with all this stuff going on with my computer, it's slowing me down a little bit.
Yeah,
but
and
that's kind of the automatic stuff.
Okay.
Does the user have to have the Livescribe desktop software?
No.
No?
They don't. They have to just have Adobe Reader, Adobe, you know, whatever that's called, you know, Adobe, whatever reads PDF files, you know, portable document format. It was brilliant. I mean, to put it into a PDF document, because that's the most universal form of electronic communications, is that everybody can read a PDF. You know, Adobe, if you don't, you just download a free Adobe software. So that's the beauty of it. So I can give that to teachers that don't want to deal with a lot of the software junk, and boom, they've got it.
Greg, should I show the email that you sent me the other night? That was
Yeah, well, I got the email. Here it is.
Okay.
Okay. So to keep from showing other stuff. Okay, so here's my email now. So you see how this is the email that the teacher or somebody else would receive. So it's an Adobe document, a PDF. So you can see what I wrote. I wrote a 1 and I wrote a GW, just like what's on my piece of paper in front of me. This can be a little tricky for some teachers because they'll be like, it didn't work. It didn't work. That's because you can see the image, but you have to open up the Adobe document. And some people's emails might open it inside the email, but it has to run in Adobe Reader. Can you see that at the top of the screen, Adobe? You have to be able to open it in Adobe. So right-click, open with Adobe. Some people have trouble with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm here talking to people from Kansas. What a great day. That's it. That's as simple as it gets.
So
That's the end product. Oh,
that document can be heard then by one of 2 ways, by either clicking on that arrow at the bottom or by actually clicking within the information in the document. Say
it again. They can't hear it here.
No.
The thing I sent you is
when you open it up in Adobe Reader, along the bottom of Adobe is a right arrow, like a regular kind of audio kind of arrow.
This one?
Hang on, it's not showing. Yeah, so down there, so they could listen to it by clicking that arrow, or they could click up in the document above the GW up in there and still hear it either way.
Teachers, like if there's a 1 through 5 test, and instead of having somebody dictate for them, and that other person writes it down and gives it to the teacher, this student, what I've had them do is they'll actually use Post-it notes and they'll stick it on the test so the teacher knows that there's an audio version. Then they go check their email and they have 1, 2, 3, 5, and then they have the answer for 1 right here. So they answer Washington for President of the United States. And then 2 would be, Barack Obama is the current president. For question number 2, which was who's the president of the United States right now. So that's the beauty, is that they can actually basically hand their paper in just like all the other kids. If they just go to the case manager and give a pen to the teacher, they plug it in their computer, and the teacher doesn't even have to do anything. They just plug it in and make sure the computer's on, and that the Livescribe will automatically start up most times when you plug it in. It automatically sends it. So I think it's just genius how you can eliminate dictating. There's so many steps that it eliminates, because if you have a student that's already struggling, to ask them to do this process, and then later when they get home or when they get back to a room, go into the computer and do like 4 or 5 steps, the odds of it happening are like way down.